Greetings. Welcome to Elle TV. This is Elle. Thank you so much for joining me today. So today is Thursday, April 7th. I believe yesterday I said that it was, I don't know, it's not Thursday. Yeah, it's Thursday. So yesterday I believe I said it was April 7th and it wasn't. So it's actually April 7th today. Um, Again, welcome. If you are new to my channel, I am a homeschooling mama of four. My children's ages run the gamut. I have a 20-year-old who's almost 21, who is a mother of two. I have a son who's 14. I have a 9-year-old who is getting ready to turn 10 in a week, and I have a 4-month-old. So lots of activity, lots of fun stuff going on over here. I live in Southern Illinois. I'm leaning back today. So today is the back pain version of my video. So I'm using my tablet. I'm just kind of holding it in front of me. But so my 14-year-old, he asked me today, my children call me, oops, sorry, little allergy nose. My children call me mama. And so he said, Mama, are you used to your back pain? And I said, yes. And it's like, I hate to say it because, I mean, I don't know. It just is what it is. I am somebody who tries not to gripe or complain about things that are outside of my control. I was talking to my partner this morning, well, a little while ago, and was telling him that as far as my back pain goes, because he was like, you need to call one of your doctors and tell them that they need to give you something for your pain. And I said, well, it's not a matter of calling someone to give me something for it. I have several different types of pain medications, nerve pain, muscle relaxers, narcotic pain medication. I have all of that. I just do not like to use it. So I'm someone that is really sensitive to most medications, whatever symptoms they mention for different medications. I usually will feel those symptoms, or side effects rather. So with regard to pain medication, a lot of times, depending on how strong it is, it will make me feel physically ill. And I don't want to feel high. I don't want to feel doped up. I don't want to feel, like my stomach is in knots just to not feel the pain. Plus, you think about what pain medication really is. All it is it's really adjusting your neuro transmitters in your brain so that you don't feel the pain. You don't notice that you're in pain. Whatever's causing the pain that you're in, it's still there. It persists. However, your body's still trying to, it's like, trying to fight it. But as far as the pain, it doesn't take the pain away. It alters your mind so that you don't realize you're in pain. And not to say that I'm like some type of, is that a masochist who, look, you know me, in the description box, I'm gonna put the term that I use. I'm going to, in the definition and the source, I'm going to put in the bottom here what the word means. If I'm wrong, I'm gonna put the excuse me, I'm gonna put the correct word with the correct spelling on the bottom. So I think it's a masochist, but I'm not that. I'm not someone who enjoys having pain inflicted on me, enjoys being in pain at all. I would love to wake up pain-free. I would love to move and not be in pain. I'm leaning back against my seat in my van right now because as I was telling a nurse at my appointment today, which I'm so excited to share with you all about, She asked, was I in pain right? She said, are you in pain right now? And I said, which is what I usually say, I'm always in pain. Not a day goes by that I'm not in pain. However, when I'm sitting still or laying still and don't move an inch, don't move a muscle, I don't feel any pain. I could almost convince myself that I'm not in pain. And literally, as soon as I move, I'm reminded, ha ha ha, silly rabbit, you're in pain. So, yeah, I mean, like I said, it is what it is. I'm looking forward to finding out what's causing the pain. I know some of the things, like my pinched nerve, I have a herniated disc. I have my MRI of my lumbar spine scheduled for tomorrow, so that my neurologist can get more insight into my back pain issue. Yeah, I mean, it just, I mean, I don't feel defeated as far as my body's concerned. Um, if anything, I feel motivated. It is exhausting to feel pain every time you move, but like I was telling my partner a little while ago, the things that are within my control, as far as losing some weight or just getting closer to a healthier weight for me, because I feel like it's personal and it's different per person. There is no cookie cutter weight. That whole BMI mess, saying that if you're this height, this is the weight range that you should be in. It's not realistic, and it's not, in my opinion, it's not really accurate for everyone. So, knowing the weight that for my height, I'm 5'3.5". So knowing the weight that is recommended for my height, I mean, I haven't been that weight since I was maybe in middle school, and I was very thin, very, very thin. My friends and associates and even some teachers used to joke about how small I was. And I probably was a little shorter too, but I was just really small. So, yeah, that's ridiculous. There's no way that as a woman, as a fully grown woman, a mother, a grandmother at that, for me personally, again, it's always just for me personally, that I would ever try to be, aspire to be, desire to be that small again. However, I do recognize and acknowledge that I am at an unhealthy weight for myself and would like to be at a healthier weight for me. So, getting to that healthier weight, I know for me not to be able to do any type of high impact activity, I know that it will take me longer than maybe somebody that could do high impact. It's like circuit training and everything. But that's neither here nor there. However long it takes, because this is a journey, our life is a journey. I'm looking forward to being able to do that. So that's going to be my focus moving forward. Also, just eating more in line with the plant-based lifestyle that I'm moving toward. So I'm looking forward to that. And I have hypertension, so I know that will help with hypertension as well. There are supplements that I can take. I've mentioned black seed oil on a previous video. So black seed oil, turmeric. There are certain things that I know will help. My hands are shaking. Okay, hold on to my tablet. So there are certain things that I know will help with the inflammation in my body, and will also help to lower my blood pressure to a more reasonable level. And I noticed today at my appointment, my blood pressure was quite elevated. And at first I was thinking, like, why? Like, I don't understand why it's elevated. I am on medication for it. However, I've been told this before, being in a certain amount of pain, that will cause you, because you're kind of in distress, that will cause your blood pressure to be elevated as well. So just, something else. Now, the bright spot to my day that I'm so happy to report. So, if you've watched any of my videos recently, my past few videos, I mentioned the horrible experience that I had with the surgeon that I met to discuss repairing the umbilical hernia that I have. It was literally awful. His bedside manner, awful. The way, and to be clear, I mentioned this to one of my sons today. He was not rude. He wasn't overtly rude. It was really, really subliminal. He was not overtly disrespectful, but it was kind of the undertone of how he was communicating, what he said to me. That had a lot to do with, the bad taste in my mouth that I had after that appointment. So this, appointment, I knew not to go into it super duper. I'm an optimistic person generally, but it's like I wasn't holding my breath to see how it would go. But when I tell you that this other surgeon, it was a completely different location, different medical group. It was like night and day. It was amazing. And not just amazing because it was so the opposite of the other surgeon. It was just, you could just tell that this surgeon, this physician, that he not only likes his job, likes what he does, but he cares about the people that he serves. You could tell. And not to say that the other guy didn't or doesn't, but it just wasn't a good fit for me. So this guy, it was just like it's like, where do I start? So he had a whiteboard that he used to show me, like a dry erase board, showing me how he would do the surgery. And so he's all drawing on it. He first, I could tell that the way that he just sat across from me and talked to me, that he was interested in taking time to hear my story. He asked me, his nurse had already been in and talked about my medical history, but he asked me, so when did you first notice this hernia and how did you find it and what happened? And so we talked about that. I purposely, and I'm sorry, my nose is itchy, but I purposely did not mention the other surgeon because that has nothing to do, it was completely irrelevant, it had nothing to do with my appointment today, no bearing on it. So I just talked to him about my appointment with my OB and how she realized that it was a hernia and all of that good stuff. So he said that he wasn't able to see my scan results, so he said that he would need me to go to where I had it done and get a disc with the results so that he could see that. But he did his own, exam, just like external exam, and agreed, that yes, I definitely had an umbilical hernia. He talked to me about the two different ways to do the surgery, laparoscopically versus more invasive using my C-section incision. He talked about the recovery time. Forgive me. So I I just gotta put my tablet to sleep holding it on top. Anyway, he talked about how I got the umbilical hernia. He talked about going in depth about what an umbilical hernia is and all that good stuff. So I will do a separate video specifically chronicling the timeline of how that happens, what happens, and how you can get it repaired. The difference between the two types of ways that it can be fixed or repaired. And he mentioned surgical mesh and all of that. So it was very in-depth. We talked about the recovery, which he said would be 6 weeks. And I just had a really good feeling about it. So look for that that type of content in the near future, for when I have that repair procedure. That will be sometime within the upcoming weeks. So, I mean, it's not necessarily something to look forward to, but I'm looking forward to being on the other side of it and getting through my recovery. And I will provide information about that, and how that goes. So we'll see about that. As far as my back goes, like I said, I have my MRI of my lumbar spine scheduled for tomorrow. So we'll see about that. I'm not really sure what would come of that. So yeah, but I was just really excited to let you know about how that appointment went. I was looking forward to it. I hadn't canceled the follow-up appointment that I had scheduled with the other surgeon. I hadn't canceled that yet because, to be honest, I'm realistic. I didn't know how this appointment would go. I was thinking it would be unlikely that I would encounter someone just like the other surgeon, but anything's possible. So, this is America. So, yeah, so I'm just so thankful that it wasn't like that. So now, with confidence, I will be canceling the other appointment, and I will mention to them, whether it matters or not, I will mention to them the reason why I decided to seek assistance elsewhere, take my business somewhere else. And that's it. So that is all I have for today. What I'm going to do, my plan is to record some additional content leading up to when I have my procedure, just to make sure that I have a consistent flow of content posted on my channel. So I will be in touch with that, and that's all she wrote. So thank you so much for joining me again today. Be safe out there. Peace. Ashe.